just going to do a little 15-minute stretch that you can do after a vigorous workout or any kind of workout, or just anytime you want to stretch. We're going to try to hit the whole body, and we're going to try to keep it 15 minutes. So we're going to start in a comfy seated position. I like to sit cross-legged. You can sit however you want. If cross-legged's hard, you can put a leg out. You can put your legs forward. A good thing, if you've got tight hips and it's hard, sit up on the edge of a towel, of your sweatshirt. If there's yoga blocks around, sit up on the edge of a yoga block. Some gyms have a stretching mat. But so you just put your tailbone on the edge, so your hips are a little bit higher than your knees. So we're gonna start with some torso circles. So just sit comfy, sit up tall, and we're gonna reach the heart forward and round the spine back. Reaching the heart forward, rounding the spine back. I'm letting my weight tip from hip to hip. That feels good on me. You can also keep your hips grounded and just work from your waist up. That's going to be a little more working your abs, whereas this is a more just like feeling in, and I'm looking for stretch. And getting my shoulder blades involved, reaching one shoulder forward, following by the other as I make those circles. And I'll switch, go the opposite direction, squeezing the shoulder blades together as I reach the heart forward, rounding back. And then come to neutral, and we're going to switch this to shoulders in. So I'm going to bend one elbow, look back over that other shoulder. I feel it behind my shoulder blade. I feel a stretch in my low back. And switch. Nice. And just go back and forth a couple times. One shoulder in, other shoulder in. Nice. All right, we're going to switch this to chest forward and back. So I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades together and down, reach my heart forward, and then I'm going to round my spine back, tuck my chin, get that stretch across the upper back. So inhale, heart forward. Exhale, round back. We'll do that a few times. Nice. Sit up tall, and we'll just do big shoulder circles. Roll the shoulders back. I like to lift the elbows up. You don't have to. It can just be shoulders, but I prefer a bigger, wide range of motion. Nice. And we're going to roll the shoulders forward. And then just sit comfy again, couple quick neck circles, ear to the shoulder. Drop the shoulder blades down the back. Feel that stretch. Wait till you feel a little bit of release. And then slowly roll the chin down to center. Back up the other side. We'll just roll it out a few times. If you hit an angle that feels really good, hang out. Take an extra breath. Nice. Let's meet one ear, one shoulder. Reach your opposite fingertips out past your hip. If that's enough, that's enough. You can always bring your opposite hand on the ear. Just rest it there gently. Little extra intensity. Nice. Let that go. Through center, ear, other shoulder. Reach through the fingertips. Hand on the head for even more. And I'm not pushing, I'm just resting it there. Nice. And then I'm going to roll the chin down to center. Place my interlaced hands gently on the back of my skull. And just rest them there. And I get this nice stretch, base of the neck. And then for more, little bit of pressure. Heel of one hand, followed by the heel of the other hand. And I'm just gently tractioning the neck side to side. So do that a few times. And then we're going to keep the chin dropped. Bring your interlaced fingers out in front of you. Tension between your elbows. I'm trying to touch the side walls with my elbows. My knuckles are forward. Round your upper spine back. And you immediately get that big stretch across the upper back between the shoulder blades. And we're going to breathe right there. So keep your low belly strong. In and up. Inhale right between your shoulder blades. Feel your upper back broaden as you exhale. Keep those low abs strong, and you're going to keep that space you're making in your upper back. From here, let's add movement. Reach one elbow forward, followed by the other. I'm keeping the tension on the fingertips, really getting behind each shoulder blade, feeling that stretch down my lats. As I rotate, I'm going to slowly bring my elbows up, higher and higher. Eventually the elbows end up by the ears and this turns into a side bend, grounding the hip, reaching the elbow up towards the sky. Nice. And then release to one side, ground that opposite hip, reach. I'm reaching shoulder blades through fingertips, and then I'm breathing into this right waist in between the ribs. Comfy neck, whatever angle it is for you. Big, big arm circles. Reach. Nice. I'm going to stay over here, spider fingers. Fingertips down, palm up. And I'm just twisting through my upper back. Keep the chin dropped. Breathe between the shoulder blades again. Nice. Arm brings you up and over. Ground that other hip. Reach. Breathing. Ribs, waist. Big, big circles. Other direction. Nice. I'm going to stay over here, spider fingers down, round your upper spine, drop your chin, breathe between your shoulder blades. Nice. Come to neutral. I'm going to put my hands behind me, put my feet out in front, bend your elbows a lot, and actually then go to the side. Bend your elbows a lot. When you bend those elbows, you feel the stretch across the front of the shoulders, getting into the pecs a little bit, and we're just going to start to windshield wiper. Knees side to side. Nice. I'm going to do this as long as it feels good. And then slowly walk the hands up towards the glutes, putting weight down into the glutes, and you start to get a massage. And then we're going to stay over on one side, and your feet can be up or resting down, and we're just going to roll out that muscle complex. So normally I do this with feet up. If I've done a heavy ab workout, my psoases are done, and I just have to keep my feet down. So just as long as you just want to massage, you just want to roll however you can, forward, back, circle, side to side. Let this feel good. Nice, let's do the other side, switch it over, and just roll it out. Nice. From here, I'm going to place one ankle on my opposite knee. And then I'm just going to walk my hands forward as far as I can so that I get that nice figure four hip stretch. Pull the shoulder blades down the back. I'm going to keep the spine long. And we're just going to rock it side to side a little bit, getting into that hip. Nice, just little micro rocks, as much or as little movement as feels good. And then we're going to roll this into a twist. Sole of the foot comes down. I'm going to ground that right hip again. And then sit up tall. So a lot of people's legs aren't going to do this. Options, this bottom leg can go straight, or this foot can come to the inside of that straight leg. So here, here, or bottom knee bend, sit up tall, and I'm going to twist towards my front leg. So I'm grounding the hips. I'm thinking about twisting waist up. I want to leave my lumbar spine alone. And I'm just looking over my shoulder, couple deep breaths. Nice, quick counter twist, same thing, spider fingers other direction. And then switch, opposite ankle on your knee. Start to rock it side to side a little bit. Walk your hands as close to your glutes as you can comfortably. My shoulder blades are drawing down. I'm just really getting into that outer hip. Nice. All right, let's roll it into a twist. Sole of the foot comes down. And I'm going to keep my legs straight, but remember this, or crossed. Remember this bottom leg could go straight or the foot could come to the inside. Sit up tall, twist towards your front leg. Look over the shoulder, couple deep breaths. Nice, come back, counter twist, spider fingers down. From here, I'm just going to uncross and I'm going to come right into my down dog. So hands forward, feet back, hips up in the sky, and I'm just going to do some free form movement here, getting into my calves and hamstrings. So bending the knees one at a time, really nice calf stretch. If I come up high to my toes, spin my heels side to side, outer calves, shins a little bit. If I bend my knee deep and then rotate it in towards center, it's outer hip. I'm going to do that a few times. And this whole time I'm pulling my shoulder blades down my back. Nice, let's do some three-legged dogs. Lift a leg to the sky, bend your knee, open your hip. Nice, I feel my adductors here, big stretch. Release, switch, other side, leg up, bend your knee, open your hip. And you know, yours might not look like this, yours might look more like this, and that's fine. Nice. All right, release. Move around just a little bit more. I'm going to slowly walk my feet to my hands, and I'm going to come into ragdoll. So I'm going to bend my knees a lot. Feet wide, hands at my elbow creases, and just sway it out. So you'll notice I am not bouncing. I am just swaying gently side to side, and I'm shifting my weight from foot to foot. As I shift my weight, the stretch goes into my outer hips, my outer calves. When I just center, I can feel it. Hamstrings, calves, I can feel my low back, I can feel my upper back. Arm options here. Hands interlaced on the back of the skull, brings it a little bit more between your shoulder blades. You can interlace your hands at your low back, squeeze your shoulders together. And if your shoulders don't do this, grab your strap. You'd come up to standing, grab your strap behind you. I've got one of those stretchy band things here. I'm just gonna grab it, bend my knees, hinge forward, let my chest go. All right, awesome. We're gonna halfway lift. Bring your feet hip width apart, hands to your shins. Roll your shoulders back, reach your heart forward. I want a flat upper back. So lots of people, your knees are gonna need to be way bent. And I'm pushing, hands into shins, shins back into hands. I'm getting a major, major calf stretch. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1. Load the weight in your heels, stand up. Interlace the hands, squeeze your legs together. I'm going to side bend, get all the way down that left side of the body. Switch. Nice. And then options for a quick quad stretch to finish it off. I could just do a regular standing quad stretch, heel to my butt. Push the hip forward, squeeze the glutes, shoulders soft. Couple deep breaths here. Nice. Switch other side. Heel to your butt. Push your hip forward. Squeezing that right glute. Nice. Another option, if you've got a little bit more time, bigger quad stretch is going to get us quads, major psoas. This one you have to work into a little bit. I am sitting with my big toes together and my knees nice and wide. Sitting back on my heels. I'm just going to bring my hands behind me. I'm going to move my butt forward a little bit and I'm going to push my hips forward. So I'm already feeling that down my quads. And then I'm just going to bend my elbows as much as I can. Bending my elbows, now I really feel it. Roll my shoulders back, press my heart forward. Your knees may be way up, and that's okay. We just want to feel the stretch. Front of the hips, down the quads. I feel my chest right now opening up. Maybe you can come to your forearms. Maybe eventually you're going to be able to lay all the way down. And you're just going to take a couple deep breaths. 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to slowly walk it up. And just to finish, I'm going to do my wide knee child's pose. My big toes are together, my knees are still wide. And I'm just going to rest my forehead down. And breathe into my low back. Try to let my tailbone get heavy. Quick tricep stretch, hands behind the head, elbows push down. All right, nice. So hopefully that felt good. If something doesn't feel good, skip it, and the things that feel particularly good, spend more time on. Okay.